The innovative stream employer-specific work permit is one brilliant work permit that the Canadian immigration has recently introduced to help Canadian employers attract highly skilled internationals to take up jobs in Canada. And one thing I found really interesting about this work permit is the fact that it kicks off the LMIA, so there is no need for labor market impact assessment, okay? And that's a win-win for yourself and the employer, because it makes it easier then for you to get a job, and it makes it easier for the employer to employ you from overseas, because all of the immigration complexities that comes with LMIA is all taken off. In this video, I'm going to be talking you through the innovative pilot stream. What is this work permit all about? Who can apply for it, and how can you apply for it? So if you're interested in this, please watch the video till the end. My name is NJ. If you're seeing me for the first time, thank you so much for watching this video. In this channel, I talk about everything travel, job opportunities, scholarship opportunities, visa tips, and everything good in between that helps you experience a seamless relocation journey. So if these are your interests, this is the channel where you want to be, back to back. Now, to all my returning viewers, you guys are adorable. Thank you so much for all you do, your likes, your comments, every single thing you do to keep the channel growing. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to ask you for a favor really quickly. Please give the video a like. It does support the channel. Share the video with friends and family. And yes, let's dive into it. You're probably familiar with the Canadian NOC system. It's called the National Occupation Classification System, okay, under which jobs are classified based on education, training, experience, and responsibilities that you carry out in the job. So the codes 0, 1, 2, and 3 are assumed to be highly skilled professionals. Okay, so the lower the number, the more skilled you need to fall under that NOC system. So we're going to be also be looking at the NOC system, look at a few jobs that fall under the particular code. So if you fall under the category 0, 1, 2, or 3, then you are the people who are eligible to apply through this pathway. Now, one thing I really love about this pathway is the fact that although it runs for 2 years, if you get a job under this pathway, you get a 5-year employer-specific work permit, okay? And you're allowed to relocate with your family. Your spouse can actually apply for a work permit, and they get an open work permit. That means they can work with any employer in Canada, as opposed to yourself, who is tied to a specific employer. It's important to know that not all employers in Canada are approved to employ you under this path, okay? I think there are about 8 approved employers, and I would leave the names of all of them in the description below, so that if you're eligible for this, you are applying to the right employers who can actually carry you through this. This program is actually under the Global Hypergrowth project, okay? And the idea behind this program is just basically helping Canadian employers attract highly skilled professionals into Canada so they can come in and make their own impact in Canada, right? So I'm going to be reading from the Canadian immigration site. It says, if you received a job offer from one of the employers participating in the Global Hypergrowth project, then you are eligible to apply for an employer-specific work permit under the innovation stream. I think it'd be better if I share my screen and just basically, walk you guys through this. So we are on the official Canadian immigration page, okay? So about this work permit, it says an employer-specific work permit lets you work in Canada according to the conditions of your work permit, such as the name of the specific employer you can work for, how long you can work, and the location where you can work, okay? So before you apply, before you submit your work permit application, your employer must submit an offer of employment, pay a 230 Canadian dollars employer compliance fee, and give you an offer of employment number. Okay, so for some people are actually allowed to apply for faster processing, depending on your NOC classification system. So you may be eligible for faster processing if your occupation is classified under training, education, experience, and responsibilities TEER category 0 or 1 of the National Occupational Classification System. Okay, so if you fall under the NOC 0 and NOC 1, then you are eligible for faster processing. Okay, I think around 2 weeks, and then if you fall under 2 or 3, it could take about a month or even more than a month. So who can apply? Okay, so let's look at who can apply. Okay, so to be eligible to apply for a work permit under the innovation stream, you must have a job offer from one of the employers participating in the Global Hypergrowth project. Okay, it must be from one of them. Have a job offer in a high skilled occupation. Okay, then you can go through this link as well to see the NOC system, okay, the NOC codes, and see where your occupation falls. Okay, have the required education and experience listed in the employment requirements section of NOC for the occupation you plan to work. Now, if you plan to work for an employer not participating in the Global Hypergrowth project, if you're a foreign worker but you don't meet the conditions above, you may be eligible for a different type of work permit. So basically what they're trying to say here is for you to participate under this innovative stream pilot, okay, it has to be an employer under the global hypergrowth project. Okay, now you can also bring your family. Your spouse or common law partner and dependent children are eligible for an open work permit as family members of a high skilled worker. Okay, so let's see how you can apply. Now, so basically step one is get your document checklist. Okay, you must answer some questions to create a personalized document checklist. Answer the following questions in the tool exactly as shown based on whether you're applying from outside or inside Canada. Now, you can apply from outside Canada, you can apply from inside Canada. Let's look at that if you're applying from outside Canada. So what would you like to do in Canada? Work. I have a job offer and my employer gave me an offer of employment number or LMIA number. Yes. Will you be coming to Canada under an active public policy or special measure announced by IRCC? No. Okay, so your answers have to fall in like this for you to be eligible to apply from outside Canada. Okay, what type of work permit do you want to apply for? A work permit with a labor market impact assessment exemption. So you need one that does not require an LMIA. Okay, so from inside Canada, basically, I think the major thing here is the fact that you have to have a legal stay in Canada. If you're in Canada, you have to have a legal temporary stay. Okay, so if you're there on a visit visa or whatever visa, or maybe a study visa, it has to be open at the time. So you have to have a current visa that is open at the time of your application. We can actually have a look at the NOC system and see jobs that falls under the NOC system. So you see how it is classified here.